The lease is up and the boxes are lined against the wall. The echo of your laughter is fading in the hall. We knew the expiration date was printed on the glass, but we drank it down anyway and watched the seasons pass. Now the clock is ticking through the static on the screen, and I'm stuck in the static of everything between. We were living on a loan that we could never pay, chasing down a sunset at the end of every day. Now the debt is due and the interest is a ghost in the house where I used to love you the most. We were living on borrowed time, and now it's all spent, wondering where the always and the forever went. I've got a pocket full of memories and a heart full of rain, paying back the beauty with a lifetime of the pain. We traded in the sunshine for a long and lonely year, buying every smile with a heavy-handed tear. The bank is finally empty and I'm losing what was mine. Just spent tears on borrowed time. I look at our old photos and I see the coming storm. How did we stay so cold while the bed was still so warm? We were building sandcastles while the tide was coming in, an inevitable ending before we could begin. I'm checking the ledgers and I'm balancing the grief, but there's no such thing as a moment of relief. If I could go back, would I sign the line again, knowing that the how are you would turn into back then? I'd still take the minutes, I'd still take the theft, even if this hollow is all that I've left. We were living on borrowed time, and now it's all spent, wondering where the always and the forever went. I've got a pocket full of memories and a heart full of rain, paying back the beauty with a lifetime of the pain. We traded in the sunshine for a long and lonely year, buying every smile with a heavy-handed tear. The bank is finally empty and I'm losing what was mine. Just spent tears on borrowed time. The time is up, the debt is paid. I'm standing in the debt of every choice we made. Borrowed, spent, broken, sad. The porch light is flickering, a dying little spark, while I'm sitting on the steps, mapping out the dark. I used to look up and see a wish in every light, but the sky feels like a mirror in the middle of the night. I'm tracing every should have and every could have been, finding the places where the cracks let the winter in. I thought I was a mountain, I thought I was your stone, but I was just a shadow that you had to outgrow. The air is getting thin and the crickets have gone still, and I'm climbing up a memory like a steep and lonely hill. I'm putting on my glasses just to see the wreckage clear, counting all the reasons why you're no longer here. And I'm counting my faults like stars in the sky, a million little reasons why we had to say goodbye. That one's for the silence and that one's for the pride, and the big one in the corner is the part of me that lied. It's a blinding constellation of the things I didn't do, a galaxy of sorries that I never sent to you. The more I look, start to burn, counting my faults until the world begins to turn. I see the night we argued over nothing at the sink, and the way I wouldn't listen to a word you had to think. There's the spark of my indifference, the glow of my neglect, the universe of damage that I didn't once protect. I'm naming every planet after promise that I broke, watching how our always just went up in silver smoke. I'm a navigator lost without a compass or a map, falling through the distance of this wide and heavy gap. If I could reach up and just pluck them from the black, would it be enough to finally bring you back? Or am I just a dreamer staring at a dead light, paying for my hubris in the middle of the night? Yeah, I'm counting my faults like stars in the sky, a million little reasons why we had to say goodbye. That one's for the silence and that one's for the pride, and the big one in the corner is the part of me that lied. It's a blinded constellation of the things I didn't do, a galaxy of sorries that I never sent to you. The more I love, the more they start to burn, counting my faults until the world begins to turn. So many lights, and they're all because of me. So much fire that I didn't want to see. 1, 2, 3, I'm losing count again. I'm just the darkness where the stars have always been. Good night, my fault. I'm standing in the hallway where the air used to be sweet. Now it's thin and it's bitter and it's cutting through the heat. I heard your car door slam, I heard the gravel start to cry, and I'm paralyzed in plastic under heavy purple sky. I wanna call your name, I wanna scream until it breaks, but I'm terrified of moving, of feeling all the aches. So I'm locking up my lungs, I'm turning off the light, trying to keep the us from escaping in the night. If I don't let it out, then you haven't really left. I can live inside the static of this quiet little theft. The oxygen is screaming, the pressure's getting high, but I'm staying in the second before we said goodbye. And I'm holding my breath until it burns in my chest, putting the forever to a suffocating test. If I don't take an inhale, then the clock doesn't tick, and the reality of losing you won't make me feel so sick. My ribs are starting to rattle, my vision's turning in blue, still trying to keep a lung full of the atmosphere of you. It's a desperate kind of keeping a slow and steady hurt, just holding my breath until I'm face down in the dirt. There's a ghost of your tobacco and a hint of your shampoo, trapped inside this bubble that I'm trying to cling to. But the world is pushing in and my heart is beating fast, demanding that I realize that the always didn't last. I'm a diver at the bottom with a tangled broken line, watching all the bubbles of a life that used to be mine rise up to the surface where the sun is cold and bright, while I'm staying in the hollow, out of mind and out of sight. Eventually the body wins, the instinct takes control, and the air comes rushing back to fill the crater in my soul. But with every gasp of oxygen, I'm admitting that you're gone, and I'm forced to face the freezing light of a lonely, empty dawn. Yeah, I'm holding my breath until it burns in my chest, putting the forever to a suffocating test. If I don't take an inhale, then the clock doesn't tick, and the reality of losing you won't make me feel so sick. My ribs are starting to rattle, my vision's turning blue, still still trying to keep a lung full of the atmosphere of you. It's a desperate kind of keeping a slow and steady hurt, just holding my breath until I'm face down in the dirt. There it is, the first breath without you. It tastes like ash, it tastes like the truth. I'm breathing now, but I'm dying inside. The air is empty and the world is wide. Goodbye. I passed a mirror in the hallway of this house, and for a second I didn't recognize the mouth. The one that used to laugh without a second thought, before the heavy lessons that you leaving brought. I'm looking for the eyes that used to catch the light, before they spent 1,000 hours staring at the night. There's a stranger in my skin, wearing all my clothes, where the happy version went. Heaven only knows. I'm digging through the boxes of the before, when I didn't have to lock every single door against the memory of the way you used to kiss. I'm grieving for the version of me that I miss, and I'm mourning the person I was when I loved you, before the sky turned gray and the world turned through. The naive little heart that believed every word, the voice that sang out before it went unheard. You didn't just leave, you took a piece of my soul and left a jagged edges where I used to be whole. I'm laying a flower on the ghost of my past, mourning the person who wasn't built to last. That version of me didn't know how to ache, didn't know how many pieces a spirit could break. She walked with a rhythm, she spoke with a glow, but that was a lifetime and a heartbeat ago. Now I'm cautious and quiet, I'm guarded and cold, feeling a century, though I'm not that old. I'm a different shape now, a different kind of clay, molded by the minute that you walked away. They tell me I'm stronger, they tell me I'm new, but I'd trade all this armor just to be back with you. In the days when I didn't know what lonely could mean, back when my heart was still vibrant and green. Yeah, I'm mourning the person I was when I loved you, before the sky turned gray and the world turned through. The naive little heart that believed every word, the voice that sang out before it went unheard. You didn't just leave, you took a piece of my soul and left a jagged edges where I used to be whole. I'm laying a flower on the ghost of my past, mourning the person who wasn't built to last. Rest in peace to the girl Paul believed. Rest in peace to the one who hadn't grieved. I'm still here, but I'm not the same. I'm just the ashes of a former flame. Goodbye to me. Ooh. at the walls of a room we used to paint, but the sunshine on the plaster is looking kind of faint. I used to see the yellow in the morning on your hair, and the burning kind of crimson in the way you stop and stare. But the spectrum's shifting slowly, the vibrance starts to bleed into a heavy-hearted hunger for a light I no longer need. I'm reaching for the rainbow that we promised we would chase, but it's washing out to nothing in this quiet, empty space. The neon's gone to silver, the forest's gone to stone, and the sky is just a static that I have to face alone. I'm drowning in a palette that I didn't get to choose, mixed with every I love you that I'm terrified to lose. It's a bruised kind of purple, it's a deep and hollow blue, it's the color of the silence in the wake of losing you. It's the gray of the wood smoke when the fire's finally dead, and the charcoal of the always that we left inside the bed. I'm living in a canvas where the shadows start to blend into a lonely masterpiece that'll never really end. It's a heavy-handed spectrum, a winter in the eye, the color of melancholy under a whitewashed sky. I tried to buy some flowers just to liven up the hall, but they look like paper cutouts leaning up against the wall. The green of every leaf is just a reminder of the spring, before we learn the gravity that a broken heart can bring. Even my own reflection is a faded sepia tone, like a photograph from 40 years, brittle and unknown. I'm a ghost in a museum of the things I used to feel back when the saturation made the world feel almost real. If I could find a bucket of the gold we used to hold, would I paint over the secrets and the stories that we told, or would the gray just soak it up and turn it back to lead, since the artist of our forever has finally gone to bed? Yeah, it's a bruised kind of purple, it's a deep and hollow blue, it's the color of the silence in the wake of losing you. It's the gray of the wood smoke when the fire's finally dead, and the charcoal of the always that we left inside the bed. I'm living in a canvas where the shadows start to blend into a lonely masterpiece that'll never really end. It's a heavy-handed spectrum, a winter in the eye, the color of melancholy under a whitewashed sky. No more red, no more gold, just the cooling of the air, just the growing of the cold. I'm blending in, I'm fading out into the shade of a quiet doubt, indigo, ash sky. I'm standing in the kitchen with a folded piece of paper, watching our forever turn to a thin and silver vapor. I spent all night trying to find the perfect way to say how the world lost its color when you turned and walked away. I have a list of virtues and a million could have beens, collected in a graveyard of our little private sins. I thought I'd stand before you and let the truth be known, but you're already gone, and I'm standing here alone. The ink is smudging where my salt began to fall. I'm a speaker with no audience, just shadows on the wall. It's a tribute to a living ghost, a prayer for a dead flame, and the air feels like a funeral every time I speak your name. This is the eulogy I never got to read, the words for the art that you left here to bleed, a service for the years that didn't make it to the light, a final I love you in the middle of the night. I'm burying the memories, I'm putting them to rest, with a heavy-headed sorrow sitting inside of my chest. No one's in the pews, no one's in the lead, just the eulogy I never read. I would've mentioned how you laughed before the coffee hit, and how you never knew the way your eyes stayed lit. I would've told the story of that rainy night in June when we danced without the music underneath the sliver moon. But those chapters are redacted, the book is slammed shut, and every line I wrote is just another shallow cut. I'm mourning a survivor, I'm grieving for the breath of a love that didn't die. It was a slow and quiet death. Should I set the page on fire, let the ashes hit the floor, since you aren't here to listen to my heartbreak anymore? It's a ceremony of one, a lonely kind of grace, to say goodbye to someone who has already left the place. This is the eulogy I never got to read, the words for the heart that you left here to bleed, a service for the years that didn't make it to the light, a final I love you in the middle of the night. I'm burying the memories, I'm putting them to rest, with a heavy-headed sorrow sitting inside of my chest. No one's in the pews, no one's in the lead, just the eulogy I never read. Rest in peace to the girl, rest in peace I used to know, rest in peace to the places we won't go. I'm folding up the paper now, I'm putting out the light. Goodbye, my love, goodbye tonight. The theater is empty, the velvet's turned to gray, the ghost of our applause is starting to fade away. I'm standing in the wings with a script I can't forget, while the ghost of every scene is a heavy-headed debt. We played the lead so well, we wore the golden mask, but the light is getting low and the shadows start their task. I'm looking for your hand in the center of the stage, but you've already turned to the very final page. The makeup's running down, leaving tracks across my face. a costume that's too heavy for this hollow, quiet space. I'm waiting for the cue, I'm listening for your voice, but the silence in the rafters is a devastating choice. And it's the final curtain call, the ending of the show. Watching the forever that we promised start to go. The footlights are flickering, the rafters start in the center of the spotlight. Under a painted sky, I'm bowing to the memories, I'm kneeling to the pain, knowing that the encore will never come again. It's a lonely kind of exit, a long and steady fall. Just a shadow on the boards at the final curtain call. Do you remember Act 1? The way the music soared before we hit the notes that we couldn't quite afford. Now the set is being moved, the walls are being stripped, and I'm standing in the wreckage of a masterpiece that slipped. I see a silhouette by the exit in the rear, and I'm losing the one person I needed most to hear. The credits are rolling in a blur, black and white, while I'm left to face the ghost of a never-ending night. One last look at the balcony, one last look at the floor before the usher comes to lock the heavy wooden door. Was it worth the performance? Was it worth the final sting? To know the hollow feeling that a broken heart can bring. Yeah, it's the final curtain call, the ending of the show. Watching the forever that we promised start to go. The footlights are flickering, the rafters start in the center of the spotlight. Under a painted sky, I'm bowing to the memories, I'm kneeling to the pain, knowing that the encore will never come again. It's a lonely kind of exit, a long and steady fall. Just a shadow on the boards at the final curtain call. The lights are out, the house is dark, I can't find the exit, I can't find the spark. Just a whisper in the wings, just a heart that used to sing. Curtain down, goodbye. I'm sitting at the table where we used to drink our tea, but the chair across from mine is a mocking vacancy. I've got a pen that's shaking and a page that's turning gray with all the heavy secrets that I never got to say. I'm writing to a ghost, I'm talking to the wind, tracing out the map of everywhere we sinned. I know you'll never read this, I know the ink will fade, but I have to find a home for the promises we made. My thumb is hovering over the sand that isn't there, writing down the heartaches that I'm too proud to share. It's a battle in the ocean, it's a prayer to a stone, the loudest conversation I've ever had alone. This is the last letter I'll never ever send, the final I love you at the very bitter end. I'm pouring out the ifs and I'm bleeding out the whys underneath the ceiling of these lonely midnight skies. I'm sealing up the sorrow, I'm stamping it with grief, looking for a moment of a permanent relief. It's a bridge that's already burned, a message in the sand, the last letter I'll never put into your hand. I wrote about that morning when the light was soft and gold, and how I really thought we'd be the ones who'd grow so old. I wrote about the silence and the way it starts to sting, and how I can't stop looking at the shadow of your ring. I'm crossing out the anger, I'm underlining stay, even though I know you're already miles away. Every sentence is a tether, every comma is a tear, trying to bridge the distance of a long and lonely year. If I actually gave this to you, would it change a single thing? Or just add another winter to a never-ending spring? I'm folding up the paper, I'm tucking it away in the drawer of all the things I'll never get to say. Yeah, this is the last letter I'll never ever send, the final I love you at the very bitter end. Been pouring out the ifs and I'm bleeding out the whys underneath the ceiling of these lonely midnight skies. I'm sealing up the sorrow, I'm skipping it with grief, looking for a moment of a permanent relief. It's a bridge that's already burned, a message in the sand, the last letter I'll never put into your hand. No address on the front, no name on the back, just a heart that's finally starting to crack. I'm letting go of the pen, I'm letting go of the when I'm done. The sun is a hammer on a cracked and thirsty floor, and I'm looking for the ocean that isn't here anymore. I've got my arms wide open, I'm kicking at the heat, but there's nothing but the gravel and the dust beneath my feet. I'm gasping for a memory, I'm reaching for the blue, but the horizon's just a shimmer of a version of you. And I'm wearing out my spirit, I'm burning through my chest, looking for a harbor where a tired heart can rest. There isn't any current, there isn't any tide, just a hollow of the always that we buried inside. I'm making waves and nothing, I'm fighting with the air, believing in a shipwreck that was never even there. And I'm treading water in a desert of my mind, searching for the moisture that I'll never never gonna find. My lungs are full of shadows, my throat is full of sand. Still trying to swim away from this dry and lonely land. I'm over my head in a place without a drop, moving every muscle but I don't know how to stop. It's a beautiful delusion, it's a heavy-handed hurt, just treading water in a valley of the dirt. I remember how it felt when the love was like a lake, cool and deep and easy without a single ache. Now I'm diving in mirages and hitting only stone, learning how to drown in a place I'm all alone. I'm practicing the strokes that used to keep us both afloat, but I'm just a lonely sailor on a ghost of a boat. The salt is in my eyes, but it didn't come from waves. It's just the bitter nectar that a broken heart saves. Is it a mercy or a curse to keep on moving like this, to seek a splash of mercy in a dry and empty kiss? I'm exhausted from the effort of staying on the top, waiting for the gravity to finally let me drop. Yeah, I'm treading water in a desert of my mind, searching for the moisture that I'm never gonna find. My lungs are full of shadows, my throat is full of sand. Still trying to swim away from this dry and lonely land. I'm over my head in a place without a drop, moving every muscle but I don't know how to stop. It's a beautiful delusion, it's a heavy-handed hurt, just treading water in a valley of the dirt. Yeah, I'm treading water in a desert of my mind, searching for the moisture that I'm never gonna find. My lungs are full of shadows, my throat is full of sand. Still trying to swim away from this dry and lonely land. Headed in water in a desert of my mind, searching for the moisture that I'm never gonna find. My lungs are full of shadows, my throat is full of sand. Still trying to swim away from this dry and lonely land. No water, just the heat. No rescue, just the defeat. I'm still kicking. I'm still
Heavy Partridge Hill.
goodbye. The sunlight's creeping in, a thief across the floor, testing out the handle of a locked and bolted door. For a second I'm still drifting in the hazy golden space, where I can almost feel the breath of you against my face. I reach out for the warmth, my fingers graze the sheet, prepared for that good morning that used to be so sweet. But the cotton's cold as winter, and the air is thin and dry, and the dream begins to wither under the morning sky. It's the cruelest kind of magic, the way you're always there until the world stops spinning and I'm gasping for the air. I'm caught between the is and the what I used to know, trying to find the strength to let the vision go. And I'm waking up to a memory, a ghost inside the light, losing you all over again in the middle of the bright. The dream was so much kinder than the truth I have to face. That you're 1,000 miles away from this empty, quiet space. I'm mourning you at sunrise, I'm grieving in the dew. Spend another night just holding on to a version of you. It's a heavy-hearted habit, a cycle of the mind, waking up to the piece of me I'll never find. The coffee's brewing now, but I only need one cup. A bitter realization as the house starts waking up. I see your favorite book still sitting on the chair, and for a heartbeat I can swear I see you sitting there. I have to shake my head to clear the static from the view, to remember that the us is just a story that is through. But the pillow still smells like you, a lingering soft perfume that turns a sunny morning into a living tomb. In my sleep we're still okay, we're laughing in the rain. There's no shadow on the wall, there's no mention of the pain. But the alarm clock is a hammer and the daylight is a knife, cutting through the fiction of my almost happy life. Yeah, I'm waking up to a memory, a ghost inside the light, losing you all over again in the middle of the bright. The dream was so much kinder than the truth I have to face. That you're 1,000 miles away from this empty, quiet space. I'm mourning you at sunrise, I'm grieving in the dew. Spend another night just holding on to a version of you. It's a heavy-hearted habit, a cycle of the mind, waking up to the piece of me I'll never find. Just a ghost in the dust motes dancing, just a dream I keep on enhancing. I'll go back to sleep